Hello, my little fantasy nerds, and please join us for another episode of Dungeon Crawlers.
Dungeon Crawlers.
Dungeon Crawlers.
Oh yeah.
Where I no longer have to threaten my party with death because, they keep putting themselves out there to get killed. So,
We're
The-
threatening you now.
yeah,
You know,
Bitch.
we're just
I'm
gonna
gonna
kill
have to DM.
ourselves.
I'm gonna kill myself. What are you gonna do?
Jesus.
I dare you to
anyways.
stop me.
Jesus Christus. The party has made their way to McKill. You guys have integrated yourself into society. You have fought in the arena and made some friends and enemies along the way, killed off some former allies, and now you have made your way into Gregarian's castle. In Gregarian's castle, you, upon making your way in, the group using I can't remember what it's called, his mirror trick. You entered in through a storeroom. In the storeroom, you made your way, noticing the dinner being had. The dinner being had allowed you to sneak into the castle deeper. You managed to make your way to the lower levels, discovering a holding area for some elves, and another room. This other room housing some sort of experimentation items and a large machine of sorts. You poked around a little bit more, finding an individual in the back corner. This person, human, let out to be Jason was his name. You helped him escape, whereas he immediately told the parties you needed to go. That once this thing woke up, there would be no stopping it. The party was apprehensive and kind of played it off. About 30 minutes later or so, the rest of the group, Kaz and Morn, you managed to find your way back inside and downstairs, where you managed to happen upon the party kind of rummaging around and trying to get Henri's daughter out of this large vat that seemed to be pooling her blood or doing something that you were unsure of. A lot of unsuccessful attempts to break this vat open to unscrew this cap or whatever was going on. As Kaz and Morn entered the room, all of a sudden a voice began to talk and explain to the party you guys weren't welcome. That certain members of your party were intriguing, that he wanted to keep you, run a couple more experiments, add you to his collection. The door behind you closed, cutting off your chances of escape. And the battle ensued as a giant monstrosity of a machine comes to life. The party fights for their life. Henri going down. Jaden almost going down. Morn being hurt. Freya going down.
No.
Did you not go down?
No, she was
I
close.
think I had like
Very
5 hit
close.
points.
Freya coming very close. As this machine just proceeded to rampage. But in the last moments, Morn manages to strike low and true to this red, almost ruby. As you guys on top of that take out the vats behind it that seem to empower the machine. You guys get Henri out of this vat, or Henri's daughter out of this vat. She's barely breathing. She seems to barely be alive. There's some kind of slivers shoved underneath her skin from her wrist to mid-bicep, parts of her chest, her thighs, her calves. Suddenly, Jason, as examining the wall, remembering that he's seen a door open here, or something. manages to find a brick that seems off. As he presses this small door kind of opens and shifts open. He sticks his head inside to hear rustling of noises as he notices an individual shoving things into a bag. Is there anybody here? The sounds go quiet as all of a sudden something runs by and bumps into Jason, almost knocking him on his butt. At that moment, Morn turns and casts fairy fire in a general direction, illuminating a male figure. Unsure of who, Kaz football tackles this individual, holding him
Perfect
in
form.
place.
Fucking
Perfect form.
A plus.
Stellar.
As you guys remove whatever object it is that is causing this invisibility, the face and body of Gregarian is illuminated for all. Immediately sent into a rage as Gregarian tries to talk his way out, excusing his actions and trying to give reason for what he is doing. Morn turns into a bear and proceeds to just maul him. The party removes Henri's daughter as you all begin to round up the prisoners and these other elves that have been kept. And in the last moments, Kaz is drawn towards this other room. And as he sees a golden egg with weird trimming around it. He touches this egg, being drawn towards it as his hand sears, and a small scar forms on the center of his palm. And a little lizard, almost reptile, crawls out and immediately crawls up Kaz's arm and rests itself on his shoulders. The lizard-like creature nuzzles Kaz, giving him an indication to look towards the far wall, where he proceeds to grab 3 books. And you make your way back into the main area to begin the transportation circle. Or the teleport. Morn, you are also drawn into the room where you grabbed a large axe hanging above the bookshelves. And you waddle back with the axe in jaw. Sheena and Jaden had proceeded to stay and make their way out of the castle as they begin to walk out of McKill in the middle of the night. You guys all teleport back to Jupiter within the safety of Elena's castle. And as you do, Jaden looks to Sheena and Sheena smiles as fire just begins to erupt from the main castle and spread throughout the town. So,
Oh, I forgot
Jaden
about
and
that bit.
Sheena, yeah,
Yeah, blew the place up.
yeah.
Yep.
Jaden and Sheena are on foot from McKill as of right now. The rest of the group is in Elena's tower. And I think some of you had branched off to go drinking. Henri, you had stayed there with your daughter, but you had been kept out of the room as she seems to be in some kind of surgery. You're not sure what, you're not sure why, you're not sure how.
Yeah, me, Jason, and Freya were gonna go grab a drink.
Mhm.
Yeah. Lachlan came.
Yes.
Didn't he? Yeah.
He was already there. He was naked and in Elena's room, so.
He was naked in our room back home waiting for
Oh,
me.
okay.
That's not why he was naked.
Yeah.
Oh, here
I
we
mean, you
go.
were gone for a long time.
Yeah.
Lachlan had made his way to the tower, though, and is now consoling you / obviously worrying about his daughter as well. The refugees, all the elves have begun to. They have brought in a translator and somebody of elven ancestry to make them more comfortable, and has begun to talk to each and every one of them basically helping them acclimate, get clothes, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I would normally help with that kind of stuff, but I'm kind of
A little
occupied at
distracted.
the moment. So who's going drinking?
That was me, Morn, and Jason, who actually, if I recall, we don't even know his name yet. Because we didn't really do introductions.
Yeah, we didn't really. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit too caught up in not dying to introduce ourselves. I think we were.
No better place than tavern to tell tales and
Right on.
learn more about each other.
Drink and learn.
Nothing like alcohol to loosen the lips.
Yeah.
And the
A lot
hips.
to talk about.
Woo!
And the hips. Ooh.
What?
Isn't that the saying? You gotta finish, you gotta say the whole thing. You can't just say part of it. You can't cherry pick.
Well, thank you for finishing it.
Of course. Alrighty, so I guess we would head to I mean, we obviously know our way around Jupiter at this point, so we'd probably head to the tavern.
So you guys begin to make your way down to the tavern, leaving, Henri with Lachlan.
Oh, much better idea. Thank you, Michael.
Gotcha.
Just question. There's nowhere on D&D Beyond to like write notes other than the notes section, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember typing as you were telling us a little bit of what was in the book. I just
Well,
can't find. I just
there's-
can't find what it was. So that's all right. I'll keep looking.
That was more of a teaser. Now that we're on stream, obviously, the moment you sit down and have a little read, that would be more.
And where do we want to go? Not the. We don't want to go to the one that Kaz and I went to. We want to go to the other one. So not the dangling dwarf.
The dangling dwarf.
Well, you guys, that was in
We can just go to
McGill.
No, the dangling dwarf's in Jupiter.
I think so.
The one in McKill is
Actually, was it in Jupiter?
the Sperry Sprite was in McKill.
Yep.
I think the one
The dangling
that...
dwarf was in Dollar, wasn't it?
No, it's in Jupiter. But I think we should go to the Diggers
What's
Inn.
Yeah, McKill was the dancing pony in the Sperry Spray.
Yes.
Oh, okay. The dangling dwarf was in fact in Jupiter then? Yeah, because it had a bunch of strange
know.
creatures in it. Okay, that makes sense.
So
What
the
happened to
two,
Rhythm
yeah, the two in Jupiter are
Oh.
the Diggers Inn and Thorn's End.
The dangling dwarf must be elsewhere.
I can't remember where that is.
No,
In my notes, I have the dangling dwarf under Jupiter.
yeah, me too.
That name is
Mm.
ridiculous.
It's perfect. It makes perfect sense. You had
I
to
don't
admit
keep
that.
friend.
Hold on.
I don't
Hold on. I don't think he was here for Dog's Anus.
What?
Was I here for that?
Was that the one where there was the guy that peed on himself?
That was also the place where Morn got blackout drunk and tried to force Kaylin to drink beer,
Yes.
and then blacked out in the backyard of somebody else's house.
And Kaylin
Yeah.
sought refuge in the temple, and Morn left him the pony keg on the steps.
Uh-huh.
That I don't remember that happening. That must have been before.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
was
that
a
was-
that was a
like-
fantastic night.
That
I
was
woke
like
up
session
in a
11.
barn.
Hmm.
Yeah, Henri, that was before.
So yeah, that was well before me.
I woke up the next morning in a barn trough.
Yep, that's right.
You woke up in a manger.
Look at this large baby.
You must be the chosen one.
His poor mother.
His poor mother.
Okay, I don't know. Rhythm bot's not working. So
It's
What
not
the
working?
fuck, Rhythm?
That's not working. Timed
What?
out.
it's not working.
It's
It was
not working.
playing,
I have
and then it kicked it.
old
I don't know
phone.
what happened.
Oh yeah, you betcha. 1 second, I got this.
Oh yeah, you
Are we
bet.
gonna get a new bot?
Oh yeah.
Don't yeah no.
Oh yeah. Oh, is it like rhythm altogether isn't working?
I don't think rhythm's working
Let me try something really.
because it was playing that last song, and I just kind of like decided that
We're
you
just
decided to
pissed
get
off.
out of there.
Maybe
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, it got like a minute in, and it's like fuck this. So I just left.
Pardon us, we are
This
experiencing technical difficulties at this time.
music sucks. Oh, there we go.
God.
This is good too. Shut this.
Tingly dwarf. Oh, candy.
Yeah, so we're not going to the whorehouse. We're going to just a normal tavern.
Not
We don't
the-
know. We don't know Jason well enough yet to.
Yeah,
know
we're
what kind
gonna we're gonna test the waters first.
Been locked up for a while, so you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe he would like to go to the dangling dwarf. We don't know yet.
Well, Morn wouldn't want to, because the last time he went there, he tried to get seduced by a gnome, and ended up with gnome herpes. So
Oh.
That doesn't sound like it was here.
I wasn't here.
that wasn't here. Okay.
No. No. I don't remember where it was, but it was a long time ago.
Wait, was that the one shot that we did that was like a weird dream?
Where we went to.
Where we went back to.
Sun and Langdor? Did we go to?
I thought it was
No.
Jupiter because
No, that was.
there
We
was
went to
there's
Tofted,
one
didn't
episode,
we? Tofted's where.
Topped it, yeah.
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 Topped it.
but there is one episode where
Right.
Kaz and Morn went to a brothel together, and I thought that was the episode of the gnome, and that was in Jupiter.
You might be right.
It doesn't really matter.
One day we'll go back through and we'll watch all the episodes, remember all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many, many hours. Alright, so not going to the Dangling Dwarf, but going to a tavern. And
the
I'm just
Digger's
gonna-
in.
the Digger's in. Just gonna walk through the door, look for the first open table, and pop down.
Before they go, I'll just say to Morn, I'll say, whatever bar you end up going to, ask about the grinning gin.
The grinning gin. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll order that.
It's a card game. High roller.
Oh, this
Oh.
is Kaz's card game that he's trying to spread around Rothos.
I can do that.
It's his pyramid scheme thing that he's trying to rope everybody into. The lizard wings. The buffalo lizard
Multi-level
wings.
marketing.
He's
I'm gonna give you the tools to make you
Remember?
successful.
He gives
Uh,
you the tools to be your own boss.
Just
the
ask.
the grinning gin. I can
If
do
they,
that.
ask, if they ask you what it is, you just kind of laugh and be like, "Oh,
Just hit me with a message cantrip later, bro.
I'll run and catch up to
they
the other
won't
one.
have it. Just ask them when they get there."
I'll run and catch up to the other two. And...
You guys easily find a seat. There's plenty of like tables open, we should say.
What time is it right now? It's still
It's
still
like
the middle of the night, yeah?
yeah, it's like 3 a.m., 2 a.m. I mean, you guys just bamfed in the middle of the night.
And some of us are still basically bleeding.
Well, I mean, is the bar closed?
No.
The last call? Okay, well then we're good.
Oh, yeah, you're good. You're golden.
They go by New York rules and they sell until like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Morn would patiently wait about 5 seconds for the bartender to show up. And if no
Patient.
bartender shows up, he would go up to the barkeep.
Patiently wait 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Just like,
Very patient.
Yeah, exactly. He'd have a very patient look on his face for about 5 seconds.
Okay.
And then I'll look back at the table and like kind of point at each of them, do some quick maths, and then I'll order 4 beers for the table.
okay.
Quick math.
Plus
That's
2 is
for
4.
2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 1,
Minus 1, that's 3 quick
maths.
maths. Everyday man's on the block. Smoke trees.
I fucking want to kill you.
Smoke trees.
So that'll be 4 beers for the whole table.
Yeah.
I see.
I'm gonna shout
that
across
would
the
be-
bar at Morn. Get a picture!
4 pitchers.
I said a picture.
Uh,
Oh my god.
Well, Mark
That
could
would
probably
be,
do like 3 of them himself.
2 silver for the 4 pitchers.
I'm gonna toss a couple of silver onto the counter.
I will have them out right away.
Jupiter is nothing if not reasonably priced. A place to get reasonably priced alcohol.
This is some good priced beer. It's probably cheap, but I'm sure it tastes good.
The 4 pitchers of beer are delivered to your table, and they are adequate, if not very good beer.
I see you got us a pitcher. Or 4.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
have to help.
I look
Yeah,
at it
this-
like, what is this? What are we supposed to do with this? I'm confused.
Have you never had alcohol before?
You've never had beer.
What year is it?
Year.
I don't think Freya or Morn are good people to ask that question to. Why don't we just start with what's your name?
My name is Jason. Jason Blood.
Nice to meet you. My name is Freya, and this is Morn.
Where did you come from?
We came from all over. What about you? Where did you come from?
I don't know. I've been as I sip my drink and I get a little smile because it tastes so good, refreshing. I've been locked up. I don't know how long. I've been tortured, experimented on. Everything's a blur. I just thank you for saving me.
Of course. So you don't remember much before ever being imprisoned?
Prison was my life.
How long were you in McHill?
Time has no bearing down there.
Oh.
I don't know what day or what was night. Years may have passed, months may have passed. I don't know.
Yeah,
Who are you
Oh.
two? Like, what's
well, I'm from the south. Have you heard of Vet? The town of Vet?
I have not.
It's in the south. I was raised in the mountains. It's only been about a year that I've really paid any attention to what's gone on. And what's the word the long word starts with the C. I don't know where other people are.
Community.
So I don't really. It'd be hard for me to tell you kind of like what events have happened to try and figure out how long ago you were in McHill. But
It doesn't matter now. I'm free at last. Time does not matter.
a prisoner of
Be alive.
Gregarian will be a friend among us.
I was also enslaved and tortured for most of my life, but a little different than how things were in McHale. But I was also on the opposite side of Rothos, and I only became free about, I don't know, I guess it would have been a couple years ago or a year ago. I don't know, time reference. When did the group officially... I know times have been weird because of our whole spat with going to hell and everything, but how much time do you think has passed? Because I think that was like 4 months. Just that.
It's been just about a little over a year, because remember, you guys were gone for 3 months in hell because of the time shift.
So the group has been together basically for a little over a year then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
16 months and 7 days. Yeah, so only just over a year ago I was still a slave too, so you're welcome to stay with us. We oppose any who would enslave anyone, so...
I don't know what it was like when you were taken, but now it seems that there's a big enemy that we've been fighting. He seems to have kind of taken over all the towns across Rothos. Enemies have been kind of coming up everywhere, and that's why I had to leave my village. Some of their soldiers or goblins or whatever attacked my village, raided it. That's when I met Freya and Kaz. We traveled for a bit, and we were trying to rescue my sister. She was taken, and they were able to do that.
Was that the girl in the vat that I could never get opened?
No, that was Andre's daughter. Andre's another friend. She helped me rescue Selena, my sister, and I knew that I would have to repay that by rescuing her as well.
I bang my hand on the table and I pick up my pitcher of delicious beer, and I stand up and I say that I am in your debt, and I will fight with you. You guys have saved my life. I want to repay that with my blood oath. I will follow you guys.
We'll be glad to have you.
We're happy to have you. We can use the help.
Can I get another pitcher?
Since we have four...
I hold up 3 more that we haven't gotten to yet.
Help yourself. Don't go too crazy, especially the stuff can kind of sneak up on you, especially if you're not used to it.
Yeah.
One of the ones I raised up is almost empty.
Let's hope Morn doesn't bust out that scorpion tail.
We'll save that for another night. Let him get acquainted with the normal stuff first.
Baby steps.
If you don't mind me asking, I noticed that Gregarian typically took slaves of strange forms or of different types. Do you know why he was holding you specifically?
I'm not sure. He did a lot of tests on me. He experimented on my body.
Are you
he thought I was
human?
Yes. I'm a human assassin, or I was before I was taken.
What's that mean?
From what I can remember, in little spots, I was a murderer.
Oh.
I would kill for money. But that's kind of what I'm just in my garbs on, my gauntlets and my armor.
I killed for money.
We could use that skill.
I killed for money back in McKill. In the pits.
You know how it is then. But I only kill people that deserve it. I don't kill innocents.
You killed people, Humworn.
Well, I tried not to. But the gorilla I had to kill.
Oh, gotcha. I'm gonna kind of like.
Wait, a gorilla?
I'm gonna have a very, very hard to distinguish smirk and kind of side eye Morn, but I'm not gonna correct it. I'm just gonna let go with it. Yeah, you beat him down brutally. He had no chance against you.
What brought you guys to the basement? What did he do to you that angered you so?
We had found a sheet of paper that had Andre's daughter's name on it, and it was like a thing that said that it was sold to Gregarian, and so we figured Gregarian must have her, and so
Did she have some special abilities, or what? Was she human?
I'm gonna look at Freya.
Given where we are, Morn, I think it's okay. So Andre and her daughter are both moon elves, so I think that was probably what initially grabbed Gregarian's interest in them. We're not sure why beyond that.
Pretty much all across the Rothos, anyone who's not humans or anyone who shows any sort of use of magic is captured or taken in and sold as slaves. Pretty much anywhere except here in Jupiter.
Yep, this is the only safe place, really, that we know of in Rothos that has beings that have, I don't know, magical traits or are different than normal humans, or I think gnomes and dwarves are okay, but I'm not positive. Anything really beyond that is kind of treated poorly in Rothos from what we know. So Jupiter is kind of like the rebellion, so to speak.
My sister.
Rebellion.
What was that?
Are you a rebellion of sorts then?
Yeah, that would make us the rebellion, considering the opposition is against people like me. Because I'm a half-elf, I'm not acceptable. So they really gave me no other choice than to be against them.
Or you fight for the innocents?
Exactly.
Fight for the people?
Yeah. Fight for it. Not that I'm against humans, I just think that everybody should be accepted for who they are.
Both my sister and Andre's daughter are half elves. That's why they were both taken and experimented on.
I am sorry for that.
Well, we got both of them back now, so it's a step in the right direction. Now we just have to find the source of how this all started. We have some ideas of where he is and what he wants, and that's kind of our goal, or our next move is to try and take him down, however that may be.
Is this whole land ruled by this man?
I don't know if the Undying one's a man, but it seems like most of the barons serve him. At least that's what we've come to learn. If not
Yeah.
openly.
And do you know if he's just trying to cleanse the land, or does he have a special agenda that he's trying to accomplish?
We don't actually know what he's looking to do, but
Kaz would not want us talking about that, so we won't say anything about what he's looking for.
Is he holding a secret?
it's not that it's a secret, it's that there's a lot of uncertainty, and we don't necessarily want to mislabel or misspeak on anything that just because we're not sure. We still have a lot to figure out, but what
So
I
more
can say
quiet
about
tonight.
who's ruling the land, we do know that there is something called the Six, which are like, I don't know, they're 6 people that I guess would be kind of like kings. I don't really know how that works. And the Undying One is just some person, I think, that wants to rule everything.
Well, from what I've
Yeah.
seen, they don't stand a chance with you guys because I've never seen anybody take down that machine.
Well, that's good news.
The Undying One has beat us before.
No, he hasn't.
Was your party bigger?
Yes.
Yes.
So you lost comrades?
Yes.
Not to him though.
Interesting.
You lost ping to him.
Oh well,
Oh yeah.
you're right. Yeah, we lost one.
I don't know.
I was thinking that was. I forgot that was the Minotaur.
Would Alyssa
No, Alyssa-
kind of count as being lost to the Undying One because she was branded, even though we kind of took the killing blow, which we won't say, but
You know, I think that's fair too.
I think it's fair to
But
say
yeah,
that
I
two
think
people.
it's fair to say 2 people.
Yeah, because in all fairness, we killed her because she became
Well,
aligned with him.
yeah, 100% ping Alyssa. Yeah, I think
Because I
Alyssa's.
don't want to say that we killed our own comrade, this is out of character. Because I don't want to say that we killed our own comrade, I would probably be inclined to say that the Undying One killed.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
murdered one of our own party members. They just didn't get along with him.
Super stoked to join, man.
He was new to our party. She was actually a prisoner, and that she joined our party, and then we had to kill her because we didn't like her very much.
That's out of character. In character, yes, we've lost 2 comrades to him.
Rossi's over here making mental notes. Next character, fuck and kill them all.
That might be Jaden for all we know.
Well, I will do my best to make sure that you guys don't lose another one. We've all lost people.
That is very true. We're very
It's enough.
happy to
It's
have
enough.
you with us and that we were able to get you out of there.
It's enough serious talk, though. Let's enjoy a night where we're safe. First in a while, I think, for all of us.
Yes,
Yeah.
first time sleeping in a real bed.
Oh, you have a lot to see. I forget. There's more than beyond beer and a bed. There's all kinds of greatness. But yes,
There's
remember
gnome herpes.
there's
There's
gnome
yeah.
herpes.
We have
Morn can
we
tell
have
you
a
all
house.
about that.
Oh wait, our house is destroyed.
Oh, I
By the-
forgot about that.
By the gnome
Uh,
herpes?
We had a house where they would give us whatever we wanted. I could get scorpion tail, which apparently is hard to find, and they would find it. They could get everything for us, but I think it was destroyed. But no, Jupiter's safe. Safe enough.
Do you guys not have a place to stay for the night?
Oh, there's plenty of places to stay. There's inns. There's places that you can just pay little to nothing. We probably would have a free place to stay, but
We could talk to Elena, or I'd be happy to staying in the inn.
Kaz would probably know. Did we like issue for repairs before we left? We did? Okay. So we might
Or
have a
maybe the-
house again for all we know. We haven't been gone that long, but
You can like customize your room to however you want. I had mine to be like I had a hammock, and it felt like I was sleeping outside.
Out of character, are we keeping track of money?
yes.
Okay.
But for the sake of everything, Morn covered the drinking, and obviously we brought you here, so we brought Jason here, so we'll help take care of him.
I'm gonna move on to the second pitcher.
Oh, I'm ready for a third.
Whew. I'm
You've
gonna.
already finished. Wait, Jason's already finished 2.
Yeah,
pitches?
I had him bring me another one with
Oh.
for going over your discussions.
Morn would be noticeably upset by that, and also call over a second
I was
pitcher.
gonna say I was gonna
And
put
start.
my hand up, and I was gonna wave some silver in the air.
I think we need more than 4 tonight.
So 3 more pitchers get brought over, and another 4 silver, roughly.
I'll pay another 4.
Okay. So,
Time for coffee.
as you guys are drinking and conversing, and just getting to know one another, 3 of you guys make Constitution saving throws.
All of us, or in the bar, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh God.
Freya is drunk.
Yep.
I rolled a 10.
Morn is drunk.
I actually rolled a 2. Dude, okay, I have a good con plus con save. I've never rolled good on con. That is.
That's wild. Wild to me. And you're not.
But you
you're
know,
not-
it kind of makes sense. We haven't drunk in a while.
Yeah.
No?
I mean, Freya is drunk. You're like heavy buzzed. Like you're like, okay, yeah, I feel good.
Makes sense because I'm trying to keep up.
I rolled.
Oh,
a
yeah.
16.
16. Jason
showing
is
us up.
not drunk.
What
Jason-
the fuck? This is
Jason's just
This
like,
man has the
yeah.
constitution of a god.
he's just putting them back, and Morn, you're like, you're actually you're paying attention and watching the drinks now that you watched the last 2 pitches just disappear. So now you're paying attention, and you're watching him in between drinks, like in between or not in between drinks,
Yeah.
in between like talking to you. He's just taking like huge gulps.
You like
then
the
putting-
beer? You like the beer?
This is amazing.
We'll be glad to have another drinking buddy.
Must be nectar from the gods. I've never taken something so good before.
Oh, no, this is just beer. Trust me, we got better stuff.
Morn's like, let me show you my stocks.
I got all sorts of stuff.
So, as you guys continue to drink, converse, and have a good time, as the night rolls on, 3, 4 a.m. Kaz, what are you doing?
I think I'm just gonna stay with Henri. So she's not by herself.
Yep. And at this point, Lachlan is sitting in the corner with Henri, and they're kind of just cuddling each other and like talking every once in a while. Just parental worry.
Yeah,
A lot
I think
of. Yeah.
I want to like stay close by, but give them appropriate space or whatever, but just stay near in case we need to, in case something happens, right? And we need to do something.
Okay.
I don't have anything I need to be doing right now, so I just want to be available if needed.
About every 5 to 10 minutes, the lizard creature does kind of move around your neck and like shuffle itself, like finding a better heat source, and seems to be get kind of annoyed after like 15-20 minutes and kind of scratches at the back of your neck. You're not
Yeah,
sure, looking for food maybe, or water, or you're not sure.
I will try to make like a pocket like inside of a cloak that they could stay in to be warm, and I guess I'll see if I have any rations that they would eat. If not. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. I'll try to like stuff a pocket full of something to make it sort of warm. Um, put them in there, and then maybe take some rations and try to feed them and see if they take it or not.
What kind of rations?
I don't really know. I guess bread would be the most reasonable rations that we would have on us.
It takes a bite, gags, and then like throws/spits it up.
Okay, this sounds kind of fucked up, but this is what I want to do. If Henri seems fine, I want to go into the city and see if I can find a rat that I can catch and then roast to cook it.
Okay. Roll a perception, and then roll. You can do it two ways. Either okay. Wow, that's really high for Cass.
That
It's
is
just-
impressively high.
It's kind of fucked up because I just made did this whole spiel about like how I want to be there for Henri. Now I'm like, you know what? She's probably fine. Like her husband's there. She's all right.
Yeah.
So, you make your way out of the tower quickly because you're like, okay, well, it's probably hungry. And you scan the streets. It's very early in the morning, so the sun isn't out like the greatest, but with dark vision, you're able to see better. You do spot a couple of things scurrying through the alley. So, how are you going to catch it?
I haven't used this since we were like level 3, but I have a crossbow.
Okay.
That seems like the most appropriate way. Or I could just hit him with a firebolt since I'm gonna cook him anyway.
I like
Yeah.
cooking one go.
Fuck it. I mean, that's how a dragon would do it. I'll just hit him with fire.
Roll to attack.
Flame on.
Instantly
it-
cooked.
Yeah. So Kaz steps out into the alley, and you're just like, okay, yep. And you just like roast something as it runs in between some trash cans. And you walk over.
25
And
damage.
There's a large rat that you just smoked and is sizzling.
All right. I'll just take my dagger and try to do little slices like Brazilian
Before you,
steakhouse does.
baby, before you even get the chance to do that, it has crawled out of your pocket, slithered down your leg, and has begun to tear into the rat.
Oh man.
Rats.
And within 2 or 3 minutes, it has cleaned the rat to the bone.
Oh man. Can I try to find another one?
With a perception check that high, you are able to go down the alley a little bit more and see a couple more running around.
I roll a
And
hit.
We'll say for the the sake of time, you smoke like 2 or 3 more, and you lower your dragon down to the ground, and it just proceeds to devour the rats.
Mm.
Nothing, down to the bone, clean.
I'm trying to get a sense of like how much it eats and how often. Okay.
You kill one more, and you kill another one, and the last one, it doesn't crawl out of the pocket. And as you look into the pocket, is coiled up in a ball, and a little puff of smoke out of its nose. Every couple of minutes, seems to be sleeping.
Aw. He's sleeping.
Awesome. Can I go check on the house?
Yeah.
Not necessarily expecting it to look like it did before, but just to
Mhm.
see what
Um,
progress is there.
So you guys have been gone for a little while. You get back, the house, as you walk a little ways away, the house is mostly repaired. there is still some scaffolding around the house where some work is being done. You look and it seems to be more of like the finer details, the trim work, and some of the gardening slash landscaping. But the doors are on, windows are repaired. It looks to be in working order.
Okay. I guess I'll go inside and check it out. Woolsworth and Yvonne were alive when we left, I think, right?
Yeah, you think so?
Uh, yeah, I'll kind of just go to the house and I'll just try to open the door and see if it's open enough I can go in.
It is locked. But you do have a key.
Yeah, I'll try the old key and see if it still works.
Door opens.
I will go down to my room that was below ground. Because I'm assuming that that's like an area that a dragon would want to be in, and I'll go to my room, see if it's set up as a room that you could stay in.
What was
And
that?
Nothing.
I don't know.
TikTok.
Yeah.
You
The
enter the
Kirby
house,
sound effect.
and the first thing you notice is the entryway is much larger. The kitchen now comes off of an L shape, and the table has been redone. And where you guys sat at the table, there seems to be intricate designs where each one of the placemats were supposed to go. The kitchen seems larger. The steps up seem larger. As you enter into your left, the library slash study is much larger with new furniture. And then you make your way downstairs, and as you do, your room has been redone and made a little bit bigger, and there's a workstation and the beginnings of a teleportation circle.
Perfect. Okay. I will I'll try to set up like
Game's working.
Hey.
Hey.
There we go.
I'll try to set up like a loft like you see in a dorm room.
Okay.
Like a little mini one that would like sit on a desk, and then I'll just make a bowl or something, put some papers and shit in there, burn it so that it will heat the little loft there. I'll just crash for the night.
Okay. As you do, and you make the loft, and you place the dragon up, and you light the little fires to heat it. About 5 to 6 minutes pass as you crawl into bed, and you feel a warm sensation and something slither in next to you and coil underneath one of your armpits.
Look at that, man.
Jaden, as you and Sheena make your way into the night, as McKill burns in the distance, and the farther you get, the bigger the flames seem to get, and you hear the alarm bells. You hear screaming. You hear noises, and you just look back, and the city seems to be on fire. You have made your way out into the night. It's about 2-3 a.m. at this point. Is there anything you want to do the first night? Or are we going to do a little time skipping?
Yeah. At one point, in just like casual conversation, I'd sort of unexpectedly bring up and I'd say they're special,
I know. I've known about them for a little while. I didn't know exactly who they were, but when they began to talk about Jupiter, I had an inkling. What are your thoughts?
They always say that a person's at their strongest when they're at their lowest point, and I could tell they were made to be heroes. Heroes like them, they draw people to themselves, and without even trying to, they tear them to shreds. The closer you are to them, the more viciously you'll be torn apart. Heroes like them don't stop until they win. They don't know how. They're living a completely different world above us, one that normal folks like us can't reach, in a world that we'll never see, a world above the clouds.
You say that, but I see the twinkle in your eyes. You want to join that?
Not necessarily.
Oh? Then what do you want?
Do you remember what you first told me when you helped me form my contract with Ozzy?
I do.
That's why we are who we are. We are people who have a foothold in the unseen, the invisible spiritual world, and a foothold in the material world. Standing solidly in both, we act as a channel for energy, for healing, for messages, but more importantly, for power. By being a vessel for beings of the past, we can channel their abilities to increase our own. So although we ourselves may be normal, through the spirits of the fallen, we have the potential to be stronger than any so-called hero.
Yes. But the more you tap into Ozzy and I into mine, do you not feel that draw somewhere else? Somebody else is tapping into the ethereal plane and these other realms to draw power.
Somewhat.
It's far away, but I do feel it. So, what do you want to do?
Same thing I've always wanted to do. Since we swore ourselves one another, I said that your burdens would be mine, and you said that my burdens would be yours.
Yes, I did.
I'm going to, and I still haven't stopped thinking that. Everything I do is so that we can restore Mizuho to its former glory.
That is something I would like very much, but I don't know if this continent is ready for that. They wiped it from existence, from the books, from history.
And we're the last two of our kind left on this continent.
Yeah. So do we stay here or do we leave? I have semi-invested myself with those in Jupiter because they align with the majority of our plans. They want to redo the government and the society here to allow for a more free-flowing world. I don't know if we belong in that or not, or if we'll be seen as exiles once again.
I'm guessing, us being the only two of us that we are, they also took interest in your unique skill set.
Obviously, most do. But if I would have brought that up to the Empire, you know as well as I do, I probably would be in the depths of Gregarian cells right now with some kind of tube shoved who knows where.
Of course. I just don't find interest in being beholden to really anyone, whether they're good or bad.
Oh, I'm not beholden to anybody. I can cut that tie at a whim.
Good.
But they fit the bill for now. And I took great satisfaction in setting off those little fireworks.
I'm sure.
So do we head north? Or do we head somewhere else?
I have an inkling that those band of heroes were after more than just that half-elf or that elven's one's daughter. I have a feeling they were after this as well. I'll take out the stone. I kind of want to know why.
Well, I now know why I love you. We have the same idea. I do want to know why, and I'm curious why. Is it something that holds power that we're unaware of? Does somebody want it for some other reason? But now that you're holding it and we're within close proximity, don't you feel the hum? And as you focus a little bit, Jaden, you feel this almost like tingly sensation as you hold this rock. And it's almost exhilarating.
Yes, I think I do.
It excites me and makes me nervous all at the same time. I don't feel safe with just us holding it.
Maybe not, but I wouldn't have taken it if I didn't think it would be instrumental in bringing back Mizuho, connecting it back to the world of the dead.
It is something that we could try.
A village flourishing with spirits just out in the daylight. Must have been a sight to behold.
It was.
I will restore it with you at all costs.
I would love to see it once again. Instead of the foul name that they placed upon the swamp of lost mines, it wasn't always a swamp.
Oh, fucking Frosty.
Yes.
It's lost brethren and souls that wander that area. It is why it's so confusing. It's because the countless souls, bodies, and people that were lost there, frightened, confused, angry, they wander and they roam, trapped within that swamp that rose up around them.
No longer having a place to coexist peacefully.
We'll make it right. Hopefully, in time. But I do think we should head to Jupiter. I am very curious as to what they're up to.
I'll nod.
And I'm very curious as to why the Empire is moving the way that they are. Something's wrong.
Feel
Shall we
that you're
go?
right. Let's.
Okay.
And after like a minute or two, I'll sort of like side eye her and be like, "Did you ever have a ghost fox as like a pet?"
Not that I'm aware of.
It must have been swarming with nature spirits as well.
I believe it was. Many children played with them.
Sounds downright adorable.
It was nice.
And then a few minutes later, one last thing to end it off, I'll reach into my mind and say, old friend, does your story to history bring anything to light regarding this rock that I have in my hand here?
That's a lodestone. That's ooh. That's a really powerful artifact there.
I thought as much.
Think of about it's a key, and basically has the ability to absorb and condense magic.
When you say key, you make it sound like it was keeping something not very good locked away.
There's a lot of stories and legends behind what those do. My mind's a little fuzzy, but several creatures have been locked away using those stones over the millennia. Even two evil gods, that enjoyed wreaking havoc across this world. The gods used these stones to seal them away. And since then, people have sought them out seeking power, as they do amplify certain things. But the Undying One's name rings a bell for a certain reason. But several creatures, very unholy, incredibly strong magical creatures, have been locked away with those stones. The fact that you're holding one scares the shit out of me.
I concur. I say, you're just making me more excited by the minute.
That's one of us.
Ha! What is an evil god to a albeit dead dragon? Isn't that right, friend?
No thank you.
And I'll recede out of my mind and start focusing on the path ahead.
You guys proceed to keep along the trails. You guys, being humans, have no issues. On the third day of travel through the night, roll a perception check.
Normal.
Are you staying at inns, or are you camping out on the roads?
I'll just see if you got a natural 20. Anyway, probably just camping out.
Okay. About the third night in, incredibly early in the morning, something rouses you in your mind.
Oh, and at the first night we sleep, I would, tell Ozzy, fucking keep an eye on that stone. Don't let it go anywhere. And if it does, you wake me the fuck up the second it goes anywhere.
Okay. Third night. You're sleeping. You and Sheena are both sleeping, cuddled up within the tent.
Mhm.
And almost unnaturally, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Kind of like a night terror. And you rouse yourself. And she kind of like does that girlfriend where she like holds on to you and she's just kind of like and like rolls over. But like something tells you to wake up. And you just look around the tent. Not really knowing why. Until you do a 180 of the whole tent. And where the front flap of the tent is, off to the right, an unnatural purple glow begins to get closer to the tent.
Ozzy,
Footsteps.
Ozzy, are you there?
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yep. I sure do. I'm gonna take a peek.
If you would.
3 seconds goes by. Oh, fuck. Jaden, up. Out. Now.
And I'll quickly get up and rush out.
Standing outside, 20 feet away, 30 feet away. A large individual with a giant great axe / maul, glowing a purple hue, plate mail, head to top, standing menacingly with 4 cloaked figures in a semicircle around the front of the tent.
Hello there, friends. What could just a few campers do for you on this fine night?
Come on, load up, maybe?
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's being stupid. Come on. There we go.
Give me the stone.
Never heard of it.
Do you think I am foolish, child?
Never said anything of the sort.
The hand reaches out. And where do you have the stone on you?
Probably in my bag.
Okay. It begins to lightly glow within the tent. As the hand just kind of sits and holds this position out in front of you.
Well, I guess you chose violence today. And I'll dive.
Okay.
Oh, he dove. He dived. He doved. Oh, Michael, nice timing.
Nice timing.
Nice timing. Shit. Now you're gonna make me fucking pull that stuff up.
Das Stream DJ.
Roll initiative, by the way.
Sure thing.
There's what I think may have been a joke, but also maybe a legitimate question in the chat here.
Is it Kaylin? Bring Kaylin back! Justice for Kaylin. No, Frosty's gonna have his characters fighting each other. That's great. Justice for Kaylin.
I'll kick Kalen's ass.
Session 200, there's just 7 characters going at it. They're all Frosty's old characters.
Oh my god.
Every single one.
Battle Royale, there can only be one victor.
There can only be one.
Okay. You're up first.
Sure thing.
So there is 4 black cloaked figures, and there's 1 individual in full plate mail standing before you.
Right.
Do you
Yeah.
smell what the rock is cooking?
I'll just open things up by trying to hit as many of them as I can with Black Dragon's Acid Bellow.
Okay.
I'm gonna crank that up to max level.
Dexterity,
Yeah.
Okay.
Half damage on a success.
fail. Fail. Success. Fail. Success.
It'd be awesome if Jaden is fighting the Undying One right now and he won, and it would be like the end of the campaign and we were just like hanging out drinking in Jupiter.
Hell
What a
yeah.
finale.
What?
Right.
Jaden's
Gang
solo
is
is the
trash.
boss.
Jaden is going to. The Undying One is. I'm calling it. The Undying One is Kaylin. Jaden and Kaylin are gonna fight. Jaden will win. Campaign over. Frosty fought Frosty.
I'm glad she
His
has
own
so
worst
much
enemy.
I'm glad that
Was
she has so much
himself.
confidence in me.
So as you take a deep breath and just like spray, it hits 3 of the individuals, but the black cloaked, heavy plated male individual just stands there as it hits the armor and just doesn't react.
And then I'll finish things off by rushing towards whoever looks like they took full damage and give a bonus action claw swipe.
Okay.
26
Okay. That hits.
for 7.
Okay.
And that'll be it for now.
Okay.
You are foolish. If you wish to die, so be it.
And he's going to. Wah. $18 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. $28 points of damage, slashing.
Ooh.
As he picks up the double-handed axe, and it almost for a second just like it pulses like a purple, and he brings the axe down across across the chest.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to attack again. Actually, no. He's going to increase gravity as he looks towards you, and he just, almost like Vader, just crushes. Make a strength saving throw.
What the fuck?
Man has Graviturgus spells. See, I get advantage on strength. 23.
Okay. So you take So you take no damage. As you feel like the weight of the world collapses around your shoulders and begins to pull you to the ground, you force yourself to stand up straight and resist. He's gonna send the 3 guys attacking towards you. Natural 20 on 1.
Oof.
Oh shit. It's gone! It's gone forever!
It disappeared.
Okay, 7 on the next.
Nah.
And then 18.
Yeah.
And the last one. So it's 12. 30 points of damage on the second. And then make a Constitution saving throw.
For 23.
You save. You feel something hit your system and begin to pulse, and you quickly shrug it off and push above the wound, and you watch as a green liquid seeps out. The other one is going to be 9 points of damage, piercing, and make another Constitution saving throw.
Sure. Ha, that's a 7.
Fail. You take 7 points of poison damage, and you are now poisoned.
Sure.
And that is their turn.
Okay.
And at the end of the turn there,
Well, at the end of the turn,
hand me the stone or die.
that's their turn. You're up.
All right.
Ashina has begun to rouse, though, and she is getting herself into battle.
Yeah. We will. Yeah, I'll kick up a Black Dragon Scale Swarm, and I'll also crank it up to max level.
Okay. That
Yeah.
is Dex. That's Dex.
Yes.
Success. Failure. Failure. Success. So
24, or half on a success.
24. One of them gets blown onto his feet and just like lit up with a bunch of scales and just stops moving. Another one takes these scales and it doesn't look the greatest. One of the other ones manages to kind of run behind the heavily plated individual and take just a little bit as he runs around the corner, as the plated individual just stands still.
Yep. And then bonus action, another bonus action claw swipe on the weakest one. Okay. 26 with disadvantage.
Yep.
10.
Okay.
Balls,
He is
balls,
looking
man.
really bad.
Gotcha. That's it for me.
Okay.
Fine. I'll take it by force.
And he's going to, the heavy plated individual is going to bum rush the tent. As he charges past you, you get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
17 with disadvantage.
That is a miss.
Gotcha.
So, Straight line. And he is charging towards her. So I don't think we ever made a character sheet for her, did we?
No.
Okay. We'll just kind of do this one on the fly. We'll say she's got a AC, it's decent. But either way, natural 19, so 24. He's gonna take the 2-2-12. Oof. He bum rush. He like sprints like unnatural speed for somebody in heavy plate. Like rushes past you as you swing out. You clink across the back of the armor, and he just kind of elbows you on the way past. He connects with Sheena, and you just hear a loud scream as this giant axe maul connects with her center, and she wasn't completely prone, but she was like in the process of standing up, and he caught her as she was standing up and lifts her about a foot into the air and just slams her onto the ground. And he's in the tent now, and he seems to be rummaging.
Yeah.
As the 3 individuals that are still alive rush you. One looks really bad, another one looks kind of bad, and one looks pretty good. That is 7 to hit. That's a miss. Miss. And a natural 1. All 3 miss.
All right.
As they all rush you, in the heat of the moment, you catch yourself and you manage to catch like all 3 of the blades at the same time in your hands, and you just hold them there at bay.
Mm-hmm.
So Sheena is going to try to attack him. Natural 1. No, she's not. So she, from the ground, she stands herself up and tries to attack and slash at his ankles. And as she makes kind of the short sword like slide towards the ankles, it just glances off the armor. He backhands her and just proceeds to continue rummaging.
All right. We'll hit these 3 guys with another acid bellow. Do it at like 3rd level this time. Let's get these guys off me, hopefully. 15. 7 on a success.
Okay. So let's see here. DC 17.
Yeah.
Failure. Success. Success. So 1 takes full how much? 17?
15 on a fail. 7 on a success.
Okay. One of them you blow directly, like he's the first one, so it's the deepest parts of your gut. And as you bellow out, one catches it right to the face, and you watch as like half the face melts off, exposing the skin, like the fleshy, muscular beneath. And he collapses and just screams until he just stops moving. One of the females catches it and partially gets the cloak up, only taking about half of the damage, but it mars a good portion of her hand. And another one catches the brunt of it and is looking really bad.
I'll take a bonus action claw swipe against him.
Okay.
12 on a disadvantage.
That's a miss.
That'll be it for me.
Okay. He's going to use his action. Perception check. Natural 19. Yeah. You watch as the heavy plated armored individual reaches down and tears open a bag, and as he does, the stone rolls out, and he reaches down and picks the stone up and shoves it into a pouch on the side underneath, like right next to his armor.
You see, his rise is inevitable, and we will take what we want from this land.
Not if I have anything to do about it.
You could not live with your failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
I am inevitable.
I am inevitable.
Master, I am ready. And he stands there.
He stands there and just waits. That's his turn. The other three will proceed to, or the other two will proceed to rush you.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20 and a 14.
No.
Okay. You take 14 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
10.
You take 12 points of poison damage. And you're poisoned again. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
The ultra
Double
poisons.
poison.
You're ultra poisoned.
Yeah, y'all didn't know the poison condition could stack, but it can. No.
Triple disadvantage.
You have to roll 3 times.
Sheena tries to stab him from behind. She only rolls a 6.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, she just woke up.
She did get bum rushed literally like right
That
after
too.
rolling out of her backpack, so you're
Out
up.
of her backpack.
What are you doing?
She was
Or
sleeping
out
in
of
a
her sleeping
backpack?
bag. Shut up. It's been a long hot day for me. I'm a little like verklempt.
You don't know her
Yeah.
life, what she does.
Yeah, you don't know what. Maybe
Judge?
she's part of that new TikTok challenge where they like sit in the backpack and you carry them. I don't know.
What the
What her and
fuck?
Jane
That's a
do.
thing?
Yeah, look it up. Anyways, Jaden, you're up.
Yep. I will. Gonna draconic jet stream towards him.
Whoa. New move.
Yeah. And I can choose the melee attack or grapple at advantage, so I'm gonna choose to grapple him actually.
His strength versus yours.
Yep. 26.
Or, yeah. 27.
Fuck.
Damn.
Natural 19.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll just take a bonus action claw swipe at him. Where are you?
Okay.
12 at disadvantage.
Okay. That's a miss.
Yeah.
You bum rush. And as you go to basically bear hug this individual, he just slaps you down. And as you try to come back up to claw up the center of him, he just smiles. And as he smiles, you look up directly into his face, and as you do, this black shimmering portal opens, and these long fingers reach out, touch his shoulder. He's gone.
Yeah. He dimension doored out of that bitch.
And as he does that,
That's like when when they were on the ship in Critical Role, and that dude had Fjord and he was trying to dimension door. He did that to me.
yep. But as he does that, all of a sudden, you hear a voice. For the one. And you watch as both of the individuals behind you roll their cloaks back, raise their hands, and as they do, their skin begins to pustule and boil, and their skin begins to, like, expand, and you watch as they turn into almost balloons. They're gonna blow up. Make a dexterity saving throw.
I rocketed towards the other.
Oh no, Sheena rolled a 10.
Hold on, I rocketed towards the other guy. How far away were they from me at that point?
I mean, they're gonna use what movement speed they have and run
Okay, that makes
at
sense.
you. They're
Yeah.
gonna double dash.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Cause yeah, I mean, you bamfed away, but they're just gonna basically like run at you Titan style and just.
That's a 2.
All I can think of is like the enemies in Vermintide shouting for the Rock Father.
You and Sheena both take 28 points of force damage.
Oh. Okay, it's not too bad.
No. And actually, that would be 28, and then I gotta roll again, because there's 2 people left. So 28 for 1. That was a good roll. That's not bad. This one's only 13.
9 on the second deck save.
And then she is going to roll... She's actually saved on this one. She got 18.
Nice.
So she manages for the second one, like, the first one blows her off of her feet, and she stands up, and then, like gravel runs and tosses herself behind the other, into the tent. And, like, the tent partially, like, expands and folds up, but you're not so lucky. The first one rocks you sideways, and as you're, like, trying to catch your bearings and your ears are ringing, the second one runs directly at you, and you manage to come to your senses right in front of your face, just... And, like, body parts explosion and just... Yeah. It's not good.
Yeah. What was the damage for the second one?
16.
Oh, okay. That's nothing.
This guy.
Oh wait, I forgot. I have resistance to force damage while I'm possessed. Okay.
Hey, there you go.
An 8. Okay, cool. I'm alright. And everybody's gone now, yeah?
Yeah. The tent is rocked. You're bleeding from a couple of spots. Sheena looks not horrible, but a little rough. It's like 3 in the morning.
Sort of just walk like a few paces away from the tent, and as soon as I'm like a little bit of ways away, my head just reels back and I let out a huge draconic roar of anguish. And
Just in the middle of the field, just... Yeah! Then just, like, let it go.
And just slam the ground with both of my hands.
Anybody else doing anything in the meantime?
I guess not to rewind time too much, but probably at the toward the end of that first night we were there, when we were still kind of like having fun in the bar or whatever, I would probably, like, while we're about to leave, just turn toward Freya and just ask, you think this will ever just be normal? You know? This will just be a normal day? You know? Go out hunting, fishing, come back to this?
I think so. We seem to be getting closer every single day. Or at least achieving our goals. I feel like we'll get there someday, where we'll be able to just be and not have to do something.
You think defeating the Undying One, everything goes back to normal?
I don't think everything will go back to normal, but I think things will start to heal.
So I guess I don't mean Rothos. I mean us. Do you think we'll ever be able to go back to a normal life?
I can't say that I know what a normal life is like, but I'd like to try.
Seems like everything that we do, we end up in a more dangerous situation than the last time. As much as I wanted to stay here, I feel like tomorrow or the next day we're going to be setting off somewhere more dangerous than McKill.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I feel that way too. But I feel like that also means that we're probably closer to ending whatever the Undying One is and whatever he's trying to do. So that for those of us that don't know what a normal life is like, we'll have an opportunity to try and have one.
I hope so. I thought I enjoyed fighting. I don't enjoy this kind of fighting.
Oh, I don't either. I feel like we have a lot riding on our success or failure. It's a lot of pressure.
I feel like it's all riding on us, which is weird. You know, we've met people that enjoy it. Enjoy fighting, enjoy killing, want to be involved in all this stuff. Here we are. Probably the last two people that would want to get involved in any of that. And we're drawn right in.
I know exactly what you mean. I mean, when I escaped, the first thing I wanted to do was try and get away from everything. And yeah, it seems like we're diving headfirst into it.
I hope we can get a couple days of peace here. I think we need it.
Me too. This is a good start. At least feel like we can breathe easy for, if only just for a second, at least for a little bit.
Yeah, enough to drink there, Jason? Look like you could have a couple more. I think I'm about ready to fall asleep.
I'm on my like 6 pitchers, so I'm rocking it, man.
I say we go to see if the house has been repaired.
Oh, that's right. I failed my con save. Yeah, so that conversation I would have been very serious, but probably would have been slurring just a little bit.
Oh yeah. I think we should go check if the house has been repaired.
Oh, it's been plenty of time. They've got to have
Where is?
fixed it.
You know where the house is?
Yeah! Yeah, you follow me. Let's go. I'm just gonna get up and kind of very stumbly, or I don't know, clumsily make my way out the door.
Before even waiting for directions, I'm gonna pass up Freya and start walking to the right. Whatever path goes to the right out of the inn.
I'm gonna give him a little shove and try and move past him quickly. I don't know, I know the way. Follow me.
I grab
Oh.
another pitch before I leave. Follow you guys.
My
Take
God.
the picture. This isn't Vegas. Can't walk down the streets
Oh,
with
you're-
the pictures.
I see the picture and I'm just like, you're gonna love our house.
Oh yeah, we got
They got-
plenty of that stuff.
Tons of fine wines, beers to try, and there's a guy there that you just ask him for something and then he comes back like the next day and he'll have it.
I slam it down. I said, "Let's go." I got a lot of catching up.
Oh my god, wait until you meet Yvonne. You've never tasted food. Actually, you probably never tasted food. You've never tasted food. Like any food.
Have you ever had breakfast before?
Have you ever had breakfast?
What's breakfast?
Oh my god, you're gonna love
like
Yvonne.
Oh,
like
he's never even had
bacon.
second breakfast.
Like bacon and sausage and steak
Oh, Morn, I
and-
bet he doesn't know about 11sies or luncheons.
or second breakfast.
Second breakfast, afternoon tea, dinner, supper. We'll teach him all about
bread
this.
And water.
Yeah. Oh.
Don't worry, Yvonne will
Oh,
hook
and
you up.
have you ever had lunch?
What's lunch?
It comes after breakfast.
I mean, I kind of assume that.
It comes after breakfast.
You guys eat at certain times?
How you can eat whenever you want, but depending on the time of day it is, it's sometimes called something. Like breakfast is the meal you eat when you first wake up. Lunch is typically like a midday, halfway through the day meal. Then there's dinner or supper, or both, depending if you're hungry enough. And that's usually at the end of the day, as the last meal.
This is weird. But it's
Don't worry. Avon will teach you
Alright.
all about food, and you'll learn to want to eat all the time.
I also don't know why they only eat 3 times in the day, but
you can eat
it
more
seems
than
that
that.
that's what people do. Oh yeah, no, you can ask for food whenever. Oh, I can't wait to show you this place. You know where? Yeah, it's over this way. I'm gonna start going a different direction than Freya.
No,
Ginger sound is not coming through.
Yeah, we can't hear you, buddy.
Me?
No,
No,
Ginge.
And
He's come back. Hold on.
I thought it was.
Yeah, I saw your mouth moving, but I thought you were muted. No,
Oh,
still can't
okay.
hear you.
Hello?
There we go.
There you go. The hell?
I don't know what you were saying for like the past
I was like,
minute or
I was
two.
like trying to interrupt you guys. You guys kept talking. I was like, shut up. As you guys make your way, explaining breakfasts, luncheons, second breakfasts, second lunches,
11sies.
11sies, you make your way to the front door of the house.
we got there.
The sun is beginning to come up.
Who was right, me or Freya?
It was me. Because I would have kept shoving past him, because I'd said I was going to lead the way.
Yeah,
I was
because you were
going a
going
different way.
you were going in the opposite direction.
I would have walked really fast. Like, taking really long steps to try and walk, faster. Like that awkward fast step, like you don't want to start jogging, so you just take really awkwardly long steps.
Or walking.
Mall walking.
Yeah.
You guys make your way into the house, piss drunk. Actually, Jason, roll another Constitution saving throw. Roll 2 of them for me.
Yeah, I think he's had more to drink than Freya and I combined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The absolute mad lad.
One was a 3. That was bad. And the other one is a 12.
Yeah, you're piss drunk at this point. The 3 would have put you into the very buzzed category, and then the 12 didn't help you. So at this point, you're feeling pretty good. You're a little lit. You're a little
Pretty
lit.
sauced.
You're a little lightheaded. Feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
So, you make your way into the house, and sure enough, about 6-7 a.m., the smells emanate through the house.
Oh.
But it's a small breakfast. As you guys walk in, it's not your normal large breakfast that fills the table, and you're confused. And as you notice as you walk in, Yvonne and Wentworth sitting at the dining room table eating.
I'm gonna stumble up loudly behind them and, like, wrap my arm around Yvonne's shoulder and be like, "We're back!"
Ah! Yes, you are! Oh, excuse me. You haven't been around for so long that I didn't know. And she stands up and just proceeds to, like, you just hear, like, cling, 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 and just, like all the pots and the pans being tossed around. You hear things being cooked up. You hear the fridge door being opened, or the pantry, like the cool area, and you just hear things begin to sizzle.
I told you. I'm gonna look back at Jason. She's got the hookup. There's
What
gonna
is
be
that
so much
smell?
food, and you're not gonna even know what to do, and it's okay. Just take small portions of each thing, and then you can always go back for seconds, but you have to eat everything.
I
Yeah,
don't think
so-
that's gonna be a problem.
To describe Yvonne and Wentworth to you, Wentworth is a slender, half-elven male with like butler attire. In elven terms, he looks young, but he has grayed haired, so he's on the older side. Yvonne is a portly human female with a light blonde, almost like orangish tint hair.
Did you say portly?
Portly?
Porkly?
portly.
Portly.
She's just a little bit bigger. But she looks like strong and fierce, but she has this like enormous smile that lights up an entire room as she begins to just go to it, and she is just whipping up like juices and eggs and bacons and something else that you're not sure what it is, and she's like rolling this like thing on top of this other thing, and like you're just confused. About 15 minutes later, the table is assorted with foods you've never even heard of or tasted. There's 3 different pitchers full of some kind of juices, freshly squeezed. You damn fucking Skippy, she could. Hell hath no fury like Yvonne scorned.
Hell hath no fury.
She smiles the entire time she introduces herself to you. This, I just made this. I call this a breakfast burrito. And she slides it in front of you, and it's like the size of like your whole forearm. Just this giant thing. And you're not even sure what it is. Smells good though.
Hold up my hand, I'm sniffing it. Trying to
Yeah.
think what the heck this is.
Smells real fucking good. She takes your hands as you're sniffing it and rotates the hands so one of the ends is right in front of your face and like lightly shoves it towards your face. Take a bite.
I take a little nibble at first,
It's good.
and then she sees a sparkle in my eye, and I finish it in like 3 bites.
The first bite is like eggs, bacon, like some tomatoes, avocado, and like some
Oh.
other stuff. And you're just like, what the fuck? I just proceed
Brother,
to
you're
inhale.
speaking my language. That's some good shit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She pours you a giant glass of something you're not sure. It's a juice, and it is fucking good.
I would be up pretty early as well.
We
And
didn't
I
go to
would
bed.
probably. What?
Oh wait, did we go to... No, this was us walking
No,
back.
yeah, y'all walking
Yeah.
in, and
You guys
they
were
were
drunk.
piss
eating.
ass drunk.
We're pissed drunk.
Oh, I thought okay. It's not the morning yet.
No,
They were-
it
it
is the
is the
morning.
morning.
It's the
You
morning.
guys drank through the fucking night.
Oh, okay. So it is like 7 a.m.
Yeah,
Just-
it's 7
okay,
a.m.
okay.
You guys bamfed in, fucked up. You're still fucked up, and then proceeded to go get pissed drunk, and then like
Okay, well, this is
made your
gonna
way
be
home.
even stranger then. So I'll take my 2. I'm gonna grab 2 plates, and I'm gonna load one of them up with they're like pancakes out.
Oh yeah, there's everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Anything
load
you
one
can
up
think
with
of.
load one up with pancakes. The other one just kind of with everything else I can pack onto it. I'll put those kind of like stack those up, and then I'm gonna just grab the pitcher of juice, the entire thing, and I'm gonna go upstairs with it. And I'll kind of set the pitcher down. I'm gonna knock on Selena's door.
Okay. You knock on the door. She's not there.
Selena? I'll slowly make my way down and awkwardly set the stuff
Back on
back
the table.
on the table, and I'll not have touched it. And I'll turn toward Yvonne. Where's Selena?
Oh, I forgot. She's dead. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god, you made my heart drop. I was like, what the fuck?
That was.
I wasn't ready for the feels
I
yet.
wasn't. The instant heart drop feeling. I was like, what?
Well, you've been gone for a while, and she's matured both physically and magically. She is taken up as an apprentice in Elena's tower. She's been there for the last day now, helping with the refugees coming in, healing, helping with preparations, and training under Elena, of course. She's usually gone very early.
I would kind of just mid that talk. I would have probably just started running toward the door.
Okay.
And I'll run back toward Elena's tower.
Okay, just like hammered, pissed drunk,
Yeah.
running. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure I do not take the fastest route to Elena's tower. Either.
Not even close. Even with the Outlander feet, you're like ass backwards going through town.
Yeah, I don't-
Like you're like okay, I think this street. No, this one goes there too. Yes.
Yeah, no, the feed's having an opposite effect right now. It's overcomplicating things. Like,
Oh,
I'm
I've
convinced-
seen this.
I'm
I've seen this
convinced
stone
I
before.
recognize something that I've never seen before, and
All the routes lead there, and you're just like,
yeah.
but which
That's a red door.
one?
There's only one red door in this city, and it must be that one.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
Yeah. You make your way back, and on that point, we'll cut to Henri. Excuse me. The better part of the night, you were left torn, saddened, unable to speak to your daughter. The door hasn't opened once from the room that your daughter was taken into. As you and Lachlan sit, waiting for some kind of news.
By this time, I've definitely told him everything that transpired in the kill.
The night progresses on long. You hear noises and screams from the other room from time to time. Some from your daughter. Some other ones. Not screams, but like you hear screams from your daughter, but you hear like loud noises from somebody else and scuffling. Around 6 a.m., the door slowly opens as Elena walks out, Selena, and two other individuals you don't recognize. I mean, you recognize them, you just don't know them well enough.
I
They look-
immediately jump to my feet.
They are
Go over.
haggard and tired, and there's blood all over their gowns.
Well, what news? Is my little girl all right?
What news from Isengard?
She will live. But not the same. We did as much as we could.
Oh, I don't understand what do you mean not the same?
You may go visit her when you are ready.
I'll look back to Lachlan.
He stands up. Will hold your hand. And proceeds to slowly walk towards the door.
I'll go in with him.
Oh my god, this song is perfect for this.
You walk in. Your daughter, with her snow white hair, is laying there on the bed, with a sheet covering from her neck down. She's breathing slowly, but she's breathing.
Regularly?
Yeah.
Like,
It looks fairly normal.
without lifting the sheet, how does she look? What's her condition look like?
She looks She has some color to her. Without lifting the sheet, all you're able to see is from the neck up. She looks like she has a little more color to her. Her eyes are still very like sunken, like wallowed. You know, she still looks like she needs to eat, but you can tell some food has been tried and given to her.
I hesitate to look underneath that. What am I gonna see? I'm saying this to Lachlan.
Sounds out, buddy. Son of a bitch.
Hello?
Yep.
There we go.
I don't know why it's doing that. He
Beats
said
me.
his eyes are red. Like, not red from sleeplessness, but you know when you're fighting back tears and you hold it and your eyes are just like they're popping,
Yeah.
fighting back, trying to look tough. He's putting on a bravado. And he just stares at the sheets. And his hands are like just lightly touching the end of the bed. He wants to move the sheet, but he doesn't have the, pardon my French, the balls to do it.
Does Ginge sound muffled for anybody else, or is it just me?
No, I'm hearing it too.
Yeah, I can't understand them either very well.
Try Ginge.
mean, I picked it
Ginge,
up.
Try flipping your thing up and then back down. I don't know if it's just grabbing weird.
Hello?
There you go.
There we
That
go.
was a
Maybe it
lot
was just
better.
in a weird position or something.
Fucking stupid. My headset might better not be taking a shit. I just bought this stupid thing.
So you said he's standing there and he doesn't have the
For lack of a better
cojones
word,
to do
yeah,
it.
he doesn't have the balls to do it. He just has his hands on the sheet and he wants to look, but he can't do it.
Somehow this reassures Honore a little bit. And she'll just reach over, clasp one of his hands. I'm not ready either. But I have to know. And I'll pull back the sheet. Sounds out again. What the fuck?
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. As you slowly, he doesn't pull the sheets down to take a look. Instead,
I'm pulling it down.
yeah, he stops you
Hmm.
and walks over to the side, to her left side, and sits down in a chair. And he reaches out to grab and hold McKill?
Markale.
Markale.
Markale, her hand. And as he does, there's nothing there. And he begins to weep and slowly lifts up the side of the sheet. And from here, down, there's nothing.
On the right side?
On the left side,
Left. What about the right side?
he reaches over, pulls back the sheet, and as he does, the arm is there, but heavily scarred from where all the slivers had been inserted into the skin, and you could tell that they had pulled out each one individually, causing massive amounts of scarring. Almost like tracks on a meth head. You see like purple lines and red lines that run up the arm from where partial infection had taken root. He moves the blanket more as he covers up the arms. The entire right leg is gone. The left leg is marred and looks in poor condition. As he puts the sheets back, he pulls it down to look at her chest. And she has scarring. He doesn't remove everything, but she has scarring that runs the chest and down the sides. And he just weeps, strokes the sides of her face.
Sound is out again, man.
He just cries and strokes the sides of her face, moving the hair out of her face, behind her ears. Puts his head on top of her head and just repeatedly says, "I love you," over and over again. He just kneels down on the floor and holds her right hand.
I do the same.
He pulls you in close, just cries. Elena walks back into the room. We did as much as we can. They had to be removed because of infection. It put her life at stake. I'm truly sorry, Henri.
Well, the important thing is that she's alive. Thank you. It must not have been easy.
Sounds out.
What is going on? I did my best. I wanted to keep everything. But as time went on, the risk of death grew more. And I knew that whatever they did put those limbs up at such a great stress. When I removed those slivers, whatever they may be, it caused irreversible damage. I'm truly sorry, Henri. Truly sorry.
Still, you saved her life. Sound's gone.
You might have like a loose connection, like you might have to just like unplug or plug back in. I don't know, because it seems like it seems like the sound is working and then it slowly starts to taper off.
It's been happening faster each time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it seems like when he's quiet for a period of time, it goes too. If he were to keep talking, it keeps it going. I don't know, it's weird.
All right.
I've had a bug in Discord before where if you stop talking for a bit, it just stops picking up my mic. It could be that. It's possible restarting Discord would help.
Or if your headset has to do an update.
Yeah, that
Didn't
too.
have to, but maybe. I'm truly sorry, though, Henri. I will look into anything I can to, I don't know, help her. Make life more normal. Sorry. And she,
No,
like,
you did all you could. I'm just sorry I couldn't have gotten there sooner.
she like bows her head and takes a step back out of the room. So,
Can I, First of all, I have a song request.
play it up.
Yeah, go for it.
Shit.
While I acquire this, set the scene a little bit. That reach into one of my pouches that I had with me. And produce that little doll that I had made for her 5th birthday. And I'll kind of place it in between, like, where, kind of place her right arm over top of it.
Yep.
And fuck. I close my eyes. we can just stroking her hair. And well, eventually, once it starts sing, so just imagine that I'm the one singing this. Sound's gone again.
As the time goes on, and you sing gently to your daughter and just lightly stroke and caress the hair. She breathes a little more. It doesn't seem like her heavy or labored breathing. She seems to be a little more. She's home. So
Never mind.
there's always hope for what comes next. You and Lachlan sit within the infirmary of Elena's castle for hours, unsure of where and what you want to do next. Raiden and Sheena, thrashed a bit, you proceed to continue making your way across Rothos, trying to find your way to Jupiter. The rest of the group to eat breakfast as morn you rush towards towards the tower. Towards the end of all of this, you rush to the tower and you kick the door in and begin searching frantically for Elena. You find her second floor up, and she seems to be rendering healing or care towards some of the refugees that you guys had brought in the night before.
As I see her there, I'll find a wall that's kind of nearby that I can see her, and I'll just lean up against it and wait until she is done helping them and notices me.
Okay. You watch for a little while. She's wrapping bandages, and every once in a while, it kind of scares you a little bit, but every once in a while, she, without even looking, like out of the corner of her eye, she just kind of glances in a direction out of the side eye, and like a picture just starts moving towards her or something, and she just like pulls things, and she seems to be using magic a little more freely. After 15, 20 minutes, she notices you and gives you a big smile, proceeds to clean up that last person that she was helping, washes her hands with one of the pitchers, and runs towards you and embraces you in a large hug.
I'll try and act as much like I'm not drunk as I can.
You smell pretty bad, and she notices.
Oh,
Drinking?
Hello guys, and thank you for choosing Open Education Video Tutorials. My name is Chris. Today I'll be showing you how to
yeah, it's been been a long few weeks. A lot to talk about, but I'm just happy to see that you're doing well.
It's been fun. Elena keeps me busy.
I see you're putting your magic to good use.
I'm trying to, at least. I hope I can help people instead of harming them. You should probably go home and bathe, though. You smell really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, I should probably do that.
Is that your blood?
I'm okay.
Only some of it.
It's not my
Some
blood.
of it is.
It's not my blood.
Some of it.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay. Are you sure? Okay. Maybe go bathe and sober up. Okay?
Lunch?
Of course. I'll be home in a little bit.
See you then.
Sounds good.
No. I'll go back. I'm not gonna listen to her request.
As you walk away, your your loincloth pulls down a little bit. And you like, what the fuck? And pull them back up, and as you reach back, she just smiles at you and waves the finger. And then goes back to working.
I'll give her a grin and I'll walk out.
Little maid chant.
Mm-hmm.
So, you exit, make your way back towards the house.
The only cleaning I need is prestidigitation when necessary. That's good enough. So.
Fair enough. Okay. Kaz, as you sit alone inside of your room, breakfast being made, you grab some for yourself and the little one.
Bacon or some kind of meat.
Yep. It devours the meat that you grab. And you take a small look at it, and just in the 1 day, 2 days that it's been, 1-2 days, it seems to have gotten a little bit bigger.
Start thinking about where it's gonna live. It's concerning.
Sound's gone.
Sound.
Your attention shifted towards those books again.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe I should check out the new library, but it's probably smarter to look those over first.
So, you sit in your room and you lay the 3 books before you. One blue covered book, almost a journal of types. Basic, very plain. Another one almost made of bark and metal, pushed together with a bear's skull, seemed to be inscribed on the center. The third book, metal with almost a hardened leather exterior, with the same scar tattoo or scar that you have on your palm on the center of the book, with a clamp that kind of wraps around.
What does that look like?
It's like a what, the book?
The scar.
It is a it starts kind of pointer finger, like at the little base here, and it makes a circle, and it comes, and then it makes 3 tiny little circles right in the center. And it almost comes to like a head. Like it's roaring or something. And it's jagged.
Yeah, I think instinctively you read the one that matches the scar you get on your hand.
Okay. You go to open and it does not open.
Hmm. Can I,
On the center of the book, just to reiterate, on the center of the book, it is a like hardened leather with like intricate designs around it and a clamp. And in the center of like in the whole book, in the very center of it, there's a marking that looks exactly like your palm.
yeah, can I fit my hand into it
Yeah.
and see if it will open up?
As you go to place your hand against the book, your palm lights up, begins to glow. And as you place it against the book, the latch undoes itself.
All right. I'm probably going to spend my day. At some point I'll probably go see Andre, but I'm probably going to spend most of my day seeing what I can read from this.
Okay. So, it's not hard to read. It's in common. So, the book. It is called the Jacoria Impendum. Or, in common, the Eternal Dragons. They were a group of half-dragon, half-mortals that were close to magic and able to make deals with dragons to allow for a partial draconic abilities. These individuals, in olden times, were seen as dragon riders. They were the justice keepers of the land, the wardens. When magic fled the land, dragons retreated from the world, and the Six killed the riders that stayed and struck their names from all books and histories, erasing any memory, any good doing of them. You read further. It states that the Crest Wars was when the last dragons fell. The last dragon and rider fell. It was a war between the other races and the dragon riders and the human nation of the Empire. They kept them at bay at the Evercrest Mountains, thus called the Crest Wars. The last dragon to fall, body was never found. The rider was Redil, and his dragon was Borir. A
The
silver
dragon was
dragon.
what?
Borir. A silver dragon. And the last rider, known rider, was human. You read further. There's a choosing process that was once known as the Ir Ith Ekthrodin, or, in Draconic, one for many. It meant that multiple eggs from the metallic dragons were given. For every I think 6 eggs were given, roughly every year. And those 6 eggs were laid out for everybody to touch. And if somebody bonded with the dragon, they were chosen. And it served as a new compatriot and server of the realm.
Okay. Do I know if this is if this is at all related to Jaden? Because Ozzy is not a dragon that he hatched from an egg, but is a dead dragon. But they also have some kind of deal.
Nothing speaks of that in this book. That seems to be something
Completely different.
else that you're not really able to wrap your mind around.
Yeah.
But from what you get the gist of reading this book, there might have been a lot of stuff that has happened through the Empire that has been erased from history. Basically wiped clean. Whether it be that said individuals were too strong and they did not want this hope or this ideal to float around, or these people were a threat and they wanted basically genocide, wiping said races, individuals, clans, tribes off the face of the earth.
The dragon riders that existed before, were they of various races, or they were a
Yep.
singular race of people? Okay.
So as you read through the book, you get many different names. Some human, dragonborn. There was a changeling or two. There was several elves. It seemed to be the personality meshed with the dragons. There was, as you read, some of them are joking names. There's Borear was called Borear the Laughing. And then there was I can't pronounce it now. It's Irmf the Flammable. There was just many different names for these dragons. Some were extremely regal and noble, while others were a little more on the lighthearted side. The humans and or changelings or dragonborns that came with them had their distinctive names as well, and their titles that went with them. And there's several pages of documented the dragons and their riders and their deeds.
Okay. Anything about how to train your dragon? Is how to train your dragon in there?
There's a section about dragon riding, and basically basic combat maneuvers. But there's nothing about training a dragon. As you kind of get the gist, knowing what you knew from history, metallic dragons are very smart and very sentient. So you feel like there's no real training that happens. It's more of a
They know.
coerce and work together.
Okay. Um. I guess throughout the day, as I'm reading this, I'll try to communicate with this dragon like you do, um, to small children to like teach them. Uh, it's only a couple days old, so I'm not expecting that to really get much from that. But I'm just trying to get an idea of like how much it listens or understands what I'm saying.
Sound.
It looks at you like it understands what you're talking to it about.
Okay.
Okay. The other book, the oak-covered book, doesn't have a latch or a lock on it. And as you kind of just thumb it while you're reading the other book, it does open. There's nothing keeping it closed.
All right. I'll go through it what I can, depending on the time.
Yeah, you skim it a little bit. It is a book that talks about these elite guards that once used to provide care and companionship for the royals. And as you look deeper and read, it's hard to read. It's mostly in Common, but partially in Elvish and something else. Do you read Elvish?
No. I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're able to read that portion.
Shocked that I at this point don't know the languages that I know.
It happens. It talks of the Urag Shotak, or the Bloodied Bears. They were a society, a whole civilization that used to exist on the land of Rothos. They were a group of half human, half giants that were bred for the pure purpose to be guards and eliminate threats. The original pair were bred with human and giant, making them a strong coupling. And then basically several were put into a group to allow it to breed, per se, and created almost a civilization. A small civilization that was hellbent on honor, dignity, and providing the utmost guard and protection for the royal elven line of the Dionia, which rings a bell.
Dione.
You've heard that name. You've heard the name before. They were a civilization that once a year their youngest would fight in almost a ritualistic combat, and the strongest was taken as part of an honor. It was an honor to be taken and chosen. They were taken to the capital, to the royals. There's Yeah, it talks of these 4 different royal families. One being the centralmost one, Dionia, Dionia,
Dione.
and Dione, and how it was an honor to be taken and chosen to be this elite guard. They were taken at a young age, placed within the castle, and basically trained by their older brethren. So, say somebody that was in their 50s or 60s, that might be on the end of their guardianship. They were trained to be the next. And basically, they were raised alongside the children of the kings, queens, barons, and whatnot. They not only did they provide companionship for the children, the royal children, they provided an elite guard. They were bred to feel little to no pain and to destroy all those before them. They are compelled to seek out their kings, queens, companions that they are to protect. And they are driven to do so. It talks of how they used to be in the land of Rothos, but were also wiped out. And not wiped out in the sense of like wiped out, like seeked, like suck out and wiped
Sought.
out, sought out. Thank you, sought out and wiped out that way, as in they had to send armies against 5 or 10 of these individuals because they would just slaughter nations. Basically, it was said, as their name implies, the Bloodied Bears, they were said to have been a one-man wrecking army. That when one of them went on a spree, it was, as you read through the book, it talks of one in particular, about how this individual was unable to protect his royal that he partnered with, and had actually fallen in love with her. And as she died, went into a rage and proceeded to slaughter an entire nation. And they talk of how he was strung from the battlements once caught and blood-eagled, cut open from the back, lungs pulled out, and didn't speak a noise or a sound, and just proceeded to smile at his enemies as he died.
Drawn and quartered, goddamn.
Damn.
Yeah. As you skim that book, to your left is a small blue bound journal. That on the front of it reads Gregarian Trupsvain. Seems to be a journal.
Ooh. All right.
Sorry, stream. This information has been fucking killing me for months. I've been wanting to drop this shit.
Why are you sorry? It's good shit.
I know, but I was alone. I could tell no one.
I could tell no one.
It hurts me. It hurts me.
All right, let's see what that little shit's up to.
Okay. So, there's like way too much for me to go over right now, but I will skim it for you. So, the interesting stuff first. Day 14. The white-haired girl resists. I have placed her within the vat and put her in a sleep state as we hook up the tubes. The blood provides a ample amount of amplification to the gems. Day 43. Subject is wearing down. Unsure if she will make it through the night. Might need to look into a different host. Subject 0023 has provided ample amplification from his blood as well. And we will begin to mix the subjects to see if further results can vary. Bloodstones will be slivered and entered into the bloodstreams along the arms, legs, and chest to provide and see if any more matter can be given. Day 63. Great results. The process has produced a red gemstone of ample size. The power seems to be well enough. We'll enter into machine to see if power can be given to the machine, allowing for movement. Day 64. I have made a great discovery. Reading through my other books, I have noticed she is of a lineage. She stems from the Andaisil. I believe it's the long moon, though she is only half moon elf. Oh, the application from her blood, when applied to the proper procedure, allows for a greater result. More testing is encouraged. Shall I find a moon elf, which is rare? I do believe this would push the product along. Day 68. Great results. I have read through more books and discovered many different things. The book here speaks of the downfall and the calamity of the world and loss of magic. It talks of the Andaisil, these moon elves. It talks of their high magic ability and tolerance to magical resistances, that they created a separatist group, the Sanar Hathal, the Mind Blades. It talks of a dark coven that seems to have created some kind of world-ending magic that backfired on them. Oh, what power I could do with that. Day 72. Subject 0023 shows great progress. We wiped his mind again as he began to remember parts of his past. We will continue to work on him and get more blood samples to add to Subject 003. She begins to wane. We've taken her out of the vat to feed her. Lengthy process it is. But we will add more slivers and see if 10 more can add to more amplification of the power. Day 78. Subject 003 has passed out. We've shocked her back with revivification, and we will proceed testing once she has regained full consciousness. Stone is powered fully. Machines tested. we will begin in the process of artificially making more to fuel more machines for the 6, as they have requested 48 in total. I do not believe Subject 002 can withhold the pull of more than 3 more, but I do believe a shipment coming in of more elves, so we will make do with what we can with this subject.
God, the more I hear about this motherfucker, the more sick it makes me. Ah! Fuck this guy.
There is more,
Sorry.
but you do skim read that for the time being. It seems like everything was very experimentational and nothing was taken. They were not seen as anything more than just a property. There is talk of the lodestone creating an amplification process that works very well, basically channeling the energy that he needs into these bloodstones, which are in essence artificial lodestones. We'll say that all that information is over the course of 2 days. You just reading through books and feeding the dragon and just talking and reading and reading and reading. And there's more. I got all sorts of shit, but
Midterms, man.
yeah. But as these days draw in, Jaden and Sheena, you make your way across the Evercrest Mountains in a hurry. And you make your way to the front gates of Jupiter, where the large doorway and guards stand post, a little more active than the rest of you guys are used to when you first arrived. There's more of a military presence now. But as you make your way to the front door, you are greeted by the guards. And that's where we'll end tonight.
Holy fucking shit.
Information overload.
My feels are too real.
Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Holy shit. For a session with, well,
You're
I
welcome,
mean, I guess Jaden got into combat.
That's why I asked. That
But
was the one question: is if you were alone, Jaden. You're basically carrying a nuclear warhead.
Power comes great responsibility.
But Jaden would not have known any better when the last time you guys had it. He was not with you. So, yeah. Very sought out. Oh, I haven't heard him yet, old timer. I don't think they've realized he has all the lodestones now.
He had that one before.
That was the last one. Because he got the one from Steinthorn. He got the one within the temple. He took the one from you.
We don't know about. We don't know the fourth one.
Mm-mm.
We don't know where the fourth one is. It's possible
Nope.
he has it. We don't know.
He only had 2 the last time.
Yeah,
You guys,
We saw
well,
him.
yeah, Henri would know. Henri would know because in one of the dreams she saw him or somebody taking one of the lodestones, and that's when
Yeah.
you guys. That's when you guys had one in Jupiter.
Right.
How many stones are there? 4?
There's 4.
those powers combined, they become Captain Planet.
Something like that. Yeah, and he already made the crown, because somebody had the dream about the crown.
Yeah, I did. I think I did. So we all know about that, but we don't know that the. Well, I guess we didn't even to the stone that was there, because none of us were really paying attention to that.
Nope. Jaden hucked that thing like insta.
Yeah, that was like our secondary objective, kind of, was to find that, but that went kind of out the window.
Yeah. Yeah, it's we'll see what happens. You guys have people back now. A lot of the military effort in McHill has basically been blown to hell. So, warships, machines, weapons.
Man, we should have tried to steal an airship.
Oh, that would have been badass.
Shit, Grand Theft Airship, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well,
Better above the ocean than on it, as far as
We
I'm
should
concerned.
steal the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, quite not that hardcore, buddy.
National treasure moment.
Nick Cage and everything.
Perfect.
So, thank you all for coming.
Yes, thank you, every single one of you.
Next week, Wednesday.
I've been
Yep.
subjecting stream to nostalgic Disney theme songs for like the last 5 minutes.
That's awesome. But, yeah, you guys got some shit to figure out. A new comrade has joined the ranks. A human
Welcome,
assassin.
Jason.
Yes, welcome, Jason. Glad to have you aboard.
You'll have more to do in the upcoming sessions, I'm sure.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm just excited to be part of a group again.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yours
at least
kind of
now
went.
you've got Morning Free. I've kind of gotten to know you, so it's just a matter of the rest of the group kind of getting what's going on.
You know what I find really, really funny, and I know Frosty's probably thinking this. You guys have all you guys just accepted Jason, like no questions asked. Frosty's characters, every time he makes a new one, you guys are like, "Who's this motherfucker?"
Well, it's 'cause
What
his like entrance is always like sus as fuck.
I was like, what are you up to?
Yeah.
What are you
Well, unless it was literally a criminal that they had captured in
Yeah.
Jupiter, like obviously,
Yeah,
like
like,
True.
it's
And
one thing-
Jaden-
It's one thing to be a prisoner of one of the barons who we're against. It's another thing to be a prisoner of the people that we kind of trust.
Yeah, it's different to be a
I really
prisoner.
trust everybody
uh,
else, kind of. I guess maybe, possibly.
Yeah, when you're a prisoner in a prison that we're already breaking prisoners out of,
Yeah.
You're already
you're like,
okay.
oh
in our
yeah, well
group.
you're naturally sort of seem
No
like one of
background
us.
check needed.
Yeah,
No
and
background
he
check
was in
needed.
like the inner sanctum too. He wasn't just like in a jail cell like,
Yeah.
oh, I was here because I killed somebody. Like,
Although
Balls deep.
the only options are like he's in there for the same reason that that she was in there, or he's a absolute like terrible Hannibal Lecter type person. And that's why he was in like the innermost portion of it.
I mean,
I guess
maybe we'll
either of
find
those
out,
could be
I
options.
guess.
I only considered the first, but
I guess you'll find out, won't you?
yeah.
I suppose we will.
When he kills you guys' asses in the middle of the
Could just,
night.
could just be like the biggest piece of shit. That's why he was in
Throats
there.
left and right.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Mike?
Slitting throats left and right.
Yeah. I just love killing. Here I go again.
Guilty.
Jesus.
You do it again.
Here I go killing again.
Yeah, twist that dick.
Oh, such a good episode.
Guilty.
Oh my god, you did that really
Alright.
good. The old dick twist.
Anyways, I think that is it. You guys all have an amazing night, and we will see you guys next Wednesday
See you
when
next
they
Wednesday.
continue and see what happens.
Yes, join
Peace
us next
out.
week to see whose throat will be slit in the night first.
We'll see what happens now that Jupiter's not Jupiter, but Jaden's made his way to Jupiter.
And there's now a dragon in Jupiter. Ooh. Okay, yeah.
And
see ya.
also the stones.
The stones. Des stones. All right, everybody.
Stones around.
Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you next week. Ciao.
Fare thee well.